Hello, everyone, and welcome back to Chris's collection. My name is Chris, of course, and today we are playing Dead Rising 2 off the record. So, this is such an interesting idea for a game. So, to give you guys kind of like background and clarity, Capcom releases Dead Rising, and then they release what was it? Dead Rising Case Zero, which was basically like a $5 demo kind of thing that like allowed you to like try out what Dead Rising 2 is going to be kind of thing, but it was also a prologue to the game, so it's like content that would not be featured in Dead Rising 2. So it was technically like its own game, but not really. Well, after the release of Dead Rising 2, they did something else. They released a game that was called Dead Rising 2 Case West. And it starred Frank West from Dead Rising 1. And it was kind of like him crossing over with the Chuck Green from Dead Rising 2. And it continued the story. It was like the true ending, like the epilogue to the game that like shows you what the real ending was. So that was its thing, and Capcom decided that, I guess because of how popular people were so happy to have this dude come back and shit like that, they made this game, which is Dead Rising 2 Off the Record. And Off the Record is actually a non-canon what-if game. Like, what if, instead of Dead Rising 2 having Chuck Green as the main character, what if it was Frank West instead? So this is like an alternate universe where Dead Rising happened, and then Dead Rising 2 Case West happens. Instead of like I'm sorry, not Case West, Off the Record happens instead of all the other stuff. And then that's what this game is. So it's pretty cool. Like, I actually think it's a really cool idea. And so you revisit all the locations and you do all this. And what's even cool, and this is a spoiler, so if you guys don't want to be spoiled, I don't know if you guys have played this or have any interest, but this is definitely not canon for a number of reasons. One of which is Chuck Green actually appears as a psychopath in the game. Because you find out his daughter actually died. I guess he just didn't get, the thing on the Zombrex in time. And obviously it contradicts later games. So, this is its own thing. So, how did I find out about this? I was very savvy to the gaming world, and I thought, oh god, what a funny idea. Like, I would love to play this and see what's up. And so I did what I always do, man. This was 2011, so I was still living with my parents. I think I'd started grad school at that time, which, by the way, don't go to grad school unless you guys really want to go, because I went for the fucking stupidest reasons in the world. But anyway, I was starting grad school, and the way I did grad school was I actually, everything was broken up into quarters. So basically you would have like 1 or 2 classes or something like that for like, no, it was every 2 months. So every 2 months you would like January and February, I would have like a class, right? And then like we would meet one weekend for like a long ass time in January. And then like the teacher would assign us homework. She would be like, okay, like, next time I see you, you have to have done this, you have to have done that. And so you would do all this work and then show up in February and have done all that shit. Hopefully, if you're taking this shit seriously. And so you would do you'd do that, and then you'd spend another weekend in class or whatever doing your thing. And that's how it was. So midnights were a little bit tougher because I was definitely more busy, but I wasn't as busy as I would become later, like later in 2011. So I think I did do the midnight for this game, and I remember I kind of was like, whatever. You know what I mean? Like, I was like, yeah, I guess I'll do the midnight. But, like, I think I was, like, this was the game that I was becoming a lot more picky. I didn't have as much free time as I did a year ago. And it was, like, not something that I could just, like, do if I wanted to. It was, like, it had to be a big thing. I had to be, like, super stoked to, like, want to go and do something. It couldn't be just like, oh, let's go do this just cause, you know, just cause I could. So, yeah, this was probably one of the last, you know, non-major games that I would do in 2011 or something like that. Oh shit. Oh, damn. Really? Game over. To get. But this was the last Deadrising that was released on 360. You know, 3 and 4 would come out on later consoles. You know, the Xbox One. I think 3 is still an exclusive. I think maybe it's on PC. I can't remember. 4 was an exclusive for a little bit and then got ported to PS4 like a year later or something. So we will cover that when we get there. But for now, yeah, guys, this is going to be it. Thank you guys so much. This was kind of fun to go back and check out all these Deadrising games and talk about the past and whatnot. But yeah, stay tuned next week. We're going to be finishing up the D's, man. Got to keep going. Look at that. Look at Frank West. Gained a little bit of weight, man, since last time. It's cool. I understand. All right, guys. Thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you guys next week. Take care.